everyone. Welcome back to Pop Off English, the podcast to help you learn English in a fun and easy way. If you are new here, hi, I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo. We are so happy you are here with us. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to Pop Off English, like this episode, and share it with your friends. Yes, your real friends, not just the people who only text you when they need something.
Today our topic is friendship. Friendship is a big part of life, and it is also a great topic to learn English. We will talk about good friends, bad friends, how to make friends, and some funny friendship stories.
And remember, this podcast is for beginners, so we will use simple English. Just listen and enjoy. No stress.
So let's start with a question. What is a friend? For me, a friend is a person you like and who likes you. You can talk to them, spend time with them, and be yourself with them. You don't need a mask. You don't need to act cool.
A friend is also a person who accepts your weird side. For example, if you send them strange memes at 2 a.m. and they still talk to you the next day, that is a friend.
Yes, if they stay after the weird memes, they are real. But friendship is not only funny and easy. A good friend is also there when you are sad or tired. They listen to you. They support you. They say, "It's okay, I'm here."
I think a friend is someone you trust. Trust is very important in friendship. If you tell your friend a secret and the next day the whole internet knows, that is not a good friend. That is a walking notification.
Let's talk about different types of friends. Maybe you know these in your life. First, there is the childhood friend. This is the friend you know from school or from your neighborhood when you were young. You grow up together. You share many memories.
With childhood friends, you can sometimes not talk for a long time, maybe months or years, but when you meet again, it feels normal. You just continue the conversation like you only stopped for 5 minutes.
Then there is the school or university friend. You see this friend a lot, maybe every day. You study together, do homework, complain about teachers, cry before exams, all the good stuff.
Next, there is the work friend. This is the person you talk to at your job. You drink coffee together, talk about your boss, say things like, "I'm so tired" every morning. Work friends can become very close because you spend many hours together.
And of course, there is the online friend. Maybe you meet them in a game, on social media, or in an online class. You talk by text or video. You can be very close, even if you never meet in real life.
Sometimes online friends understand you more than people around you. You share your interests, your hobbies, your fandoms. You both know the same obscure TV show that nobody else knows.
I like when you say obscure TV show in a beginner podcast. That is advanced vocabulary, Leo?
Fine, fine. Mystery TV show. Unknown TV show. Strange TV show that only 5 people on Earth watch. Happy now?
Very happy. Now let's talk about what makes a good friend. We have some important words for friendship. One is loyal. A loyal friend stays with you. They don't disappear when life is difficult.
Another word is honest. An honest friend tells you the truth. Not in a mean way, but in a kind way. For example, if your haircut is really bad, a good friend will say, "It's not your best haircut, but it's okay. It will grow."
Yes, they don't say, "Wow, amazing, you look perfect," when you clearly don't. That is not friendship. That is fiction.
A good friend is also supportive. This means they support you. When you have a dream, they say, "You can do it." For example, if you want to start a YouTube channel to learn English, a supportive friend shares your channel and likes your videos. Just saying.
Yes, just saying. By the way, did you subscribe to Pop Off English? It's what a supportive friend would do.
A good friend also respects your time and your feelings. They don't send you 35 angry messages because you didn't answer in 10 minutes. Sometimes people are busy, at work, or just taking a break. A real friend understands.
Now, let's talk about red flags in friendship. A red flag is a sign that something is wrong. Maybe the friendship is not healthy. One red flag is when a person only calls you when they need something. For example, they need help with homework, or they need money, or they need you to listen to their problems, but they never listen to you.
Another red flag is when your friend always makes fun of you. Not in a fun way, but in a mean way. Maybe they joke about your body, your family, your dreams. If you say, "That hurts my feelings," and they say you're too sensitive, that is not a good sign.
A real friend listens when you say, "This makes me uncomfortable." A fake friend says, "It's just a joke," and continues. No, thank you.
Also, if your friend is jealous all the time, that can be a problem. For example, you make a new friend and they are angry. Or you have some success and they try to make you feel small. A good friend is happy when you are happy.
Yes, a good friend does not compete with you all the time. Life is not a competition. It's not who is the best human. There is no trophy.
I want a trophy. Best Human 2026.
Sorry, the position is already taken by my cat.
Okay, your cat wins. The next part is how to make friends. Many people feel lonely. It's normal. Making friends as an adult is not easy, but it is possible. And you can practice English at the same time.
First, be open. If you always sit alone, with headphones, eyes on your phone, it's difficult for people to talk to you. You don't need to talk to everyone, but sometimes look around, smile a little. It helps.
Second, ask simple questions. For example, how are you? Where are you from? What do you do? Do you like this music? These questions are easy and good for beginners in English.
You can also ask about hobbies. What do you do in your free time? Maybe you like the same things. Maybe you both like games, books, sports, cooking, anime, movies, or dancing in your kitchen at 1 a.m.
You can also join a group or a club. For example, an English class, a sports club, a book club, a gaming group, or an online community. When you see the same people many times, it is easier to become friends.
Another important thing is to listen. Don't only talk about yourself. Ask a question and listen to the answer. Show interest. For example, if they say, "I like basketball," you can say, "Oh, cool. Do you play every week?" Or, "Who is your favorite team?"
And don't worry about your English. Many people are shy because they think, "My English is bad." But listen, your English is not bad. It is just in progress. Everyone starts somewhere. If a person laughs at your English, they are not a good friend. A good friend helps you.
Exactly. Sometimes a small mistake is cute. It can be funny in a nice way. I remember one time, my friend wanted to say, "I am full" after dinner, but they said, "I am pregnant." That was a very surprising dessert.
Yes, vocabulary is important, but those moments become good stories. Now let's talk about how to be a good friend yourself. Friendship is not only what you get, it's also what you give.
First, be kind. Small things are important. Say thank you, I appreciate you, I'm happy you are my friend. Sometimes your friend has a bad day, and a simple, "How are you?" can help a lot.
Second, respect boundaries. Boundaries are limits, things that are okay or not okay for a person. Maybe your friend does not like to go to parties. Maybe they don't want to talk late at night. A good friend listens and respects these limits.
Third, communicate. If you are hurt or confused or angry, try to talk. Say what you feel. Not in an attack way, not "you are terrible," but something like "I feel bad when this happens." Many problems can be solved with calm words.
Also, be reliable. If you say, "I will call you at 7," try to call at 7. If you always cancel plans, your friend feels that you don't care. Of course, sometimes you must cancel, life happens, but not every time.
And remember to celebrate your friends. When something good happens to them, say congratulations, be happy for them. Their success is not your failure. This is not a competition. Except with my cat. Your cat is winning.
Your cat is a legend now. Let's share some friendship situations, like little stories, to help you learn useful phrases.
Okay, first situation. Imagine Leo is my friend, and I have a problem. I feel sad and lonely. I send him a message. Listen to the conversation. It uses simple English. Hey, are you busy?
A little, but what's up?
I don't know. I just feel really lonely today.
I'm sorry you feel like that. Do you want to talk?
Maybe. I just feel like nobody understands me.
I understand you, and I'm here for you. Do you want to call or just text?
Maybe call? I don't want to be alone right now.
Okay, give me 5 minutes. I'll call you and we can talk. You are not alone, Mia.
Thank you. That means a lot.
This is a simple example of emotional support. You can hear some useful sentences. For example, are you busy? What's up? I feel lonely. I'm here for you. That means a lot.
These sentences are very useful in real life. You can use them with your friends, in English, or in your own language. Another situation. Imagine I am happy. Something good happens. Hey, Leo, I have good news.
Really? Tell me.
I got the job. They called me this morning.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I was so nervous.
You worked hard. You deserve it. We need to celebrate.
Yes, let's go out this weekend.
Perfect. I'll bring cake.
You always bring cake?
That's why I have friends.
In this conversation, we have nice phrases. I have good news. I got the job. I'm so proud of you. You deserve it. We need to celebrate. These are good friendship sentences.
Now let's do one more situation. This time, there is a small problem in the friendship. A little conflict. Conflicts are normal. The important part is how we manage them.
Hey, Leo, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, what's wrong?
Yesterday, at the party, you made a joke about me in front of everyone. It really hurt my feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it hurt you. I was just trying to be funny.
I know, but it was personal. I felt embarrassed.
Thank you for telling me. I'm really sorry. I won't do that again.
Okay. I just wanted you to know how I feel.
I understand. I'll be more careful next time.
Thanks.
This shows how to talk when something is not okay. We have phrases like, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" "It hurt my feelings." "I didn't realize." "Thank you for telling me." "I'll be more careful."
If you can say these sentences, you can protect your friendships. Healthy friendships need communication, not just memes. Memes are important, but not enough.
Let's talk about long-distance friendship. Many people today have friends in other cities or other countries. Maybe you moved. Maybe your friend moved. Maybe you met online.
Long-distance friendship can be difficult, but also beautiful. You need more effort. You can't just say, "Let's meet at the cafe in 5 minutes." You need to plan calls and messages.
Some ideas to keep long-distance friendships strong. You can send voice messages. Your friend can hear your voice, your laugh, your tired, I need coffee voice.
You can also watch a movie together online. Start the movie at the same time and send messages while you watch. Or play games together. Or study English together with this podcast.
You can send each other photos from your day. Look, this is my breakfast. This is my bus. This is my dog. This is my neighbor's very loud cat.
Please stop attacking my cat indirectly.
I love your cat. Your cat is the CEO of friendship.
Thank you, that is correct. Now, sometimes friendships change. And that's okay. We grow, we change. Some friends stay, some friends go. It can be sad, but it's normal.
Yes. Sometimes you and your friend want different things in life, or you move to another country, or you just slowly stop talking. The memories are still real. The friendship was still real, even if it ends.
And sometimes friendships come back. After years, you send a message, "Hey, how are you?" And the connection starts again. Life is strange like that.
So don't be too hard on yourself if you feel lonely right now. Many people feel the same. You are not the only one.
And you already took a good step. You are here, listening to this podcast, learning English with us. You are not alone in this moment. We are together, in a way.
Also, this is a good time to say you can share this episode with a friend. Maybe send it with a message like, "Hey, I thought of you when I listened to this." It's a small thing, but it can make your friend feel special.
Before we finish, let's review some key friendship words and phrases we use today. Friend, friendship, loyal, honest, supportive, trust, red flag, to hurt my feelings. I'm here for you. I'm proud of you. You deserve it.
And also, long-distance friend, childhood friend, work friend, online friend, celebrate, boundaries, communication. These are all useful in real life and in conversations.
You don't need to remember everything now. Just listen again another day if you want. Every time, your English will get better, step by step.
And remember, your English level does not decide your value as a friend. You can be an amazing friend with simple words. Are you okay? I'm here. I care about you. These short sentences are powerful.
So take a moment today and think. Who are your real friends? Maybe send them a message and say, "Thank you for being my friend." It can make their day better. It can make your day better too.
And if you want more friendly English in your life, subscribe to Pop Off English, like this episode, and share it with at least one friend. Or two. Or your entire group chat. Or your cat if your cat likes podcasts.
Thank you for spending this time with us and for working on your English. You're doing great, really. Step by step, word by word, you are improving.
We're proud of you, and we are happy to be part of your English journey.
That's all for today's episode about friendship. Take care, be kind, and be a good friend to others and to yourself.
See you in the next episode of Pop Off English.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.